Hello, Hope Girl. It's so nice to see you here again. I didn't think we'd have a chance to speak again so soon, but that's just the way things go sometimes, isn't it? This week seems to have been a busy one for you. You've been talking about me a lot, and that's really nice of you. I know. There's really not much that you can say to the criticisms that are leveled against you, so you'd really rather level things at other people, and I just happen to be in the firing line now. Ah, well, aren't I the lucky one? Yeah, it's so nice, and it's nice getting to know you as well as I am now, because I can really see what kind of person you are. So loving, so kind, so quick to look for things that you can throw dirt at. Yeah. That's right, because that's exactly what you're doing, isn't it? Too bad there isn't any. Now, Hopi, one of the funniest things this week that I noticed that someone sent to me was that you were saying that there's a skull on the bookshelf behind me. Oh my God, I don't dare to turn around. Oh, I'm so scared, Hopi. Oh, is there really a skull behind me? Please say that's not true. Of course it's not true, you numbnuts. It's not a skull, but I'll show you what it is if you like. Hang on, I'll just get it for you. Just a second. Hang on right there. Don't move. Here we go. Now, first of all, let's look at what a real baby skull looks like, just before we get started, so that you'll have something to compare this skull to. I'm just going to put a picture of a baby skull up right here. Now, you'll notice a few things about this skull. For one thing, it has really, really huge eye holes. And for another thing, it has quite a large place where the nose would be, and then it's got a rather small jaw and no teeth, and a really large extended cranium, I suppose you'd call that. I don't really know the terms for these things, but that's what it looks like to me, and I think that's what it's called. So there we go. That's a baby skull for you. Right, here is this thing. Now it's got teeny tiny little eye sockets and a teeny tiny little nose socket thing. And also, it's got mirrored teeth. Now, we know that babies don't have teeth, right, Hopi? Now, the other interesting thing is if you look inside, what do you see? You see that it's made of clay. That's right, it's made of clay. So, why would I have a blue skull made of clay on my bookshelf? There must be some nefarious reason for it. Just like there's probably a nefarious reason for someone to keep a skull like this. Ooh, this is a scary looking one, and it's got like big eye sockets and everything in a fish tank. My goodness, that's a good place to hide someone if you murdered them, isn't it? So why does he have a skull in his fish tank? I don't know. Maybe the same reason I have one on my bookshelf. Maybe he just likes the look of it. Or maybe he's an evil bastard. Who knows? Can't really say, can we? Now, Hopi, I know that it's not going to stop you from making up lies about me and making Jesus cry, but I thought I would tell you what the skull, in my case, is actually for. Okay, it doesn't actually have a purpose, but it was made by someone for a purpose. Do you know what that purpose is? I'll tell you. It has to do with something from Mexico. Now, Mexico is a big country to the south of the United States, which I understand is where you're from, so perhaps you're aware of that little tiny bit of world geography. One of the things you seem not to know, or you prefer not to notice, is that they celebrate in Mexico something called Le Dios de las Muertes. Yes, that's right. Do you know what that means? It means the Day of the Dead. Now, Dia de los Muertos, that sounds very scary because dead people are scary, right? No, not really. In Mexico, they make a very happy holiday because they believe that the spirits of the dead in their families and people that they have loved come back to them in spirit form. And one of the things that they do is that they make sugar skulls. Starting to ring a bell? Maybe just a little teeny tiny bell? Ding, 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 ding. Sugar skulls can be really pretty, or like the one that I have, they can be kind of funny looking and clunky. I think mine was built by someone who made it at home out of maybe a little blob of clay and a few things that they had lying around the house. And it's pretty clear that they put a lot of care into it, but it doesn't really look much like the fancy professional skulls. And that's kind of why I like it, because someone put love into it. That means something to me. And also, I knew that if I put it on my bookshelf when I was filming a video, one of you people was certainly going to notice it, and then you would give me an opportunity to show you what a bunch of gimboids you are. Isn't that a fun thing to do? I know, it was just a little trick, wasn't it? Oh well, better luck next time. So there you go, Hope Girl. That's why I have a quote-unquote baby skull sitting behind me. It's also why it's blue, because most baby skulls aren't blue. I don't know if you know that or not. You've probably never seen one. Neither have I. Pretty sure they're not, though. Now, in the unlikely event that you should ever decide to think about telling the truth, I think that you would have to admit to yourself that you really don't care very much about the blue skull in my office. I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah. Do you know how I know? Because you keep moving from one thing to the next, trying to find the one thing that you can stick to me. You know why you can't do that? Because there's nothing to stick to me. You can make up stories all you want, darling, but it ain't gonna stick. Now why, oh why would it be so important for Hope Girl to have me look like a bad person? I can't think of any reason, can you? Oh yeah, I can. I can think of a couple of good reasons, and I think I know exactly what they are. One of them is that you're a vindictive bitch. But we all know that. That's not a big news. The other is that you have a business to run. And we all know what has happened to some of the people that you've targeted when they have said that what you're selling is useless, worthless junk based on pseudoscience. That's right. What has happened to them, Hopi? Want to tell the nice people? I think you should. Maybe you should have a little discussion with God in your heart. I think that would be a very good idea. Because we all know what the Bible has to say about people who cheat in business, don't we? Yes, we do. Or if we don't, we really should. Maybe you might want to think about looking that up a little bit, huh? That's a good idea. For example, in Leviticus, it says, let me just read to you here, "You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another." Now, my goodness, it seems to me that at least two of those things have been things that you have done, Hopi. You have dealt falsely with people by selling them products that you know don't work. You know that, don't you? Yes, you do. Now, I'm very, very sure that it's tempting, very tempting, to just keep telling people that your junk will actually help them in some way. But you know and I know it's not true. And Jesus knows it too. And you know what? When I talk about Jesus like that, I'm not mocking him. I'm really not. That is something that I take very, very seriously in my own life. I want to try to follow what he taught us. And one of the things that he taught us is that cheating in business is wrong. Jesus didn't believe in that, and I don't either. And I think maybe that's something for you to consider, as long as you're busy on your fake Christian journey. Because I don't really think you're a Christian. I don't. I think you have a very long way to go to actually become one. You might make it. I think there's hope for everyone. Even Hope Girl. So that's enough for now, Hopi. I'm so glad we've had this time together. I think it's time for you, perhaps, to go off and do a little bit of thinking in your little old noggin. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.